Welcome back to another episode. We are at the series 4 and our final one of this 1-hour interview I spent with book author Brian Duprey with Child Care Millionaire. Today we're going to talk about leadership and we're going to talk about staff. There are some absolute great gems in this episode. This is number 4. If you haven't watched the other ones, jump in the description. We'll put the links down in there. Enjoy.
Later in the book, we're getting into the 80s of nuggets. And you really start talking about your staff. You talk about in nuggets 69 and 70, building your farm team. You talk about surveying your staff, building referral programs, rewards, incentives, recognizing your staff. How important has that been in the success of your organizations?
Yeah, so maybe for the first 10 or 12 years, I didn't put the priority on my staff that I probably needed to. I was a military guy. I ran it like a military operation, and I probably burned a lot of people out, and I probably made a lot of people quit because of my leadership style. It was very, military, it's you do it and shut up, you just do it. That doesn't work when people have free choice, military don't have a choice. So I had to learn and evolve. When I met Chris Murray and started getting coached, I learned that the way you treat your staff is the way to reflect back on you. And, since over the last couple of years, I've really worked hard to pay my staff better. Wages is a lot higher than they used to be, to a lot of recognition. We're constantly buying them meals, sending them thank you cards, and doing recognition for them, and realize that without your staff, there is no child care center. They are the number one most important thing in the business. I wrote my second book specifically. It's called The Happiness Guide, Early Childhood Education. I wrote it for staff members, for teachers, because they are the ones that need, they're the ones, the most important part of the business. Nobody ever wrote a book for them. So I wrote a book just for them, to make them a little bit happier. So you can put that on your reading list too, Kirk. Eventually you'll get to that one.
I will. Yeah, so this is where some of the haters start speaking out, but I went to football camp as a freshman in high school with Drew Bledsoe.
Yeah.
I quickly became a New England's Patriot fan. That's my haters comment.
Yeah.
And Bill Belichick is known for many things, but one of the things he's known for is telling his players and his staff to do your job.
Yeah.
Do your job. And that's his motto. That's his strategy. And male, female, doesn't matter. There's a lot of childcare owners that feel that way and struggle with empathy. And empathy is one of the things that I've struggled with over the years. I recognized it early on. Didn't take me long to realize when I turned to my business partner, my wife, and I said, no, I didn't say that. But, in our business, we really have to lead with empathy and have a lot of empathy within our leadership. And I've heard Chris Murray talk about that a lot in building culture and core values, and empathy is woven through our industry. Absolutely.
Workers today are different than they were 20 years ago. We started out, Kirk, they were different. And you know what it is? It's the way the kids are brought up today. And unfortunately, we have to recognize even little things today, which is good. I mean, people should still be recognized. 20 years ago, we didn't have to recognize somebody for just being on time every day. But now people want recognized. Hey, I actually showed up today. I need a pat on the back. Sometimes you gotta meet people where they are, and everybody's differently. And with social media today, there's so many teachers that are struggling with self-image issues and self-confidence issues. So you tell that empathy where you have to relate with, you don't know where they're at. You got to try to meet them where they're at. But recognition of all levels is important. I'm going to give one example, and I don't even know if this is in the book or not, Kirk, because I've written so much now. But knowing your people. If you were to go out and get everybody a Dunkin' Donuts or a Starbucks gift card to your company, you'd be like, I'm the best boss in the whole world. You give everybody a Dunkin' Donuts gift card. That Dunkin' Donuts is big in New England. From you, it might be Starbucks, but give everybody that gift card. And that person who picks it up, who does not drink coffee, is going to be like, they've just been insulted.
Yeah.
Because you didn't take the time to get to know that they hate coffee. They hate Starbucks. They hate everything about it. And what we've done in our company is gotten to know people. So when we onboard and we ask them, what's your favorite hot beverage? What's your favorite cold beverage? Where's your favorite restaurant? How do you like your lunch? What's your favorite lunch, your favorite meal? Things like that. We're asking them all those questions. So when I go do a Dunkin' Donuts run, I know that Sally likes a skinny latte with cream and 2 Splenda. And guess what? Sally gets her latte exactly the way she wants it. When I bring it to her, she's like, oh my God, my own mother would never do that. So you're treating them at their level. That is complete empathy. You know, you're filling a need of what they like, and that's how you get loyalty in your business. You don't just treat everybody the same, everybody a gift card. It doesn't work that way because everybody's unique. Get to know them at their level, and they will be loyal to you back. They won't leave you for 50 cents more an hour.
Yeah, that is so true. And you're right, the workforce has changed. Our employees have changed. The amount of the recognition and as a leader, recognizing the things that you're good at and things you're not good at. And the things that you're not good at, my strong suits, I hire to my weaknesses. I hire people that are good at things that I'm not. I love telling staff, hey, I'm looking to hire people that are smarter than me, that are better than me, because they make me look good. And if they make me look good, even more success. So if you're struggling with that employee recognition, with that empathy, then hire someone with that passionate heart. That's not hard to do in our industry.
Could not agree with you more, my friend. And sometimes people would feel threatened to hire somebody smarter than you.
Yeah, absolutely. And
leadership is all about building people up and never being afraid to learn from, there's a book by John Maxwell called The 360-Degree Leader. And it's all about leading up, leading down, and leading across. And you should be influencing your boss up. You should be influencing your people down and even across. And it's being a 360-degree leader and not being afraid to learn from everybody. The janitor of your building, the person making lunch can teach you things if you're willing to learn from them. Everybody has value, and don't be afraid to learn. And once you think you're the smartest person in the room, you are not.
Absolutely. Humble leadership is great leadership. I've often told my staff in that intimate kind of personal, professional meeting, and I've said, listen, there's no one here, and maybe this isn't humble of me, that apologizes more than I do and accepts responsibility. I've yet to hire a staff that screwed up more than I have or made these kind of mistakes. And that's what I think is good leadership, is being humble, being able to admit that you're wrong. Because if you've hired a few directors over the years, you've hired someone that won't take responsibility. And that's an extremely frustrating thing to do. But if your leader's not taking responsibility, guess what? Your staff are going to follow leadership. And so lead humbly, take responsibility, find that empathy for your people. Brian, there's about 40 more nuggets I'd like to get into. We are wrapping up out of time. I don't want to give them all away, but yeah, there's so many great pieces and gems in there. Thank you so much for sharing this with me and with our industry. How do people get a hold of this book?
Amazon.com, just search Child Care Millionaire. Can I give you a sneak peek? I'm working on Child Care Multi-Millionaire right now. It's going to be an expansion to this and how to build the child care empire. For those of you wanting to build a big child care enterprise, it's going to be very in-depth. Should be released sometime in the spring. And that's the next one in the pipeline that I'm working on right now. I'm excited about. But
on Amazon, $24.99. You could not spend a $25 bill on. Is that a thing? Well, it's not. Maybe we'll make it a thing. I received $1 million bill from you with your book. Thank you for that.
You got my $1 million bill. All right.
I did. Fantastic bookmark. I'm telling you, for a child care owner that just needs to be fed, just needs some phenomenal words of wisdom. What a fantastic book.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And again, I was just felt led to share down some ideas. And it's very humbling to know that I've helped hundreds and hundreds, probably thousands of people live better lives in their child care centers. And that's why I do what I do. And hopefully I can help you out. If you need to ever reach out to me, you can reach me through childcaresuccess.com.
Sounds great. Thank you, Brian. Thanks for being here today.
Thank you, Kirk. It's been an absolute pleasure speaking with you.
Fantastic. Have a marvelous day, everyone.
Have you not subscribed yet? Would you hit that subscribe button and knock that bell over for me? That way you don't miss a single episode of all of our great content we're trying to bring you as an early childhood professional. Also, feel free to leave comments in the bottom. Love them. I'll respond to every comment that I hear on here. Thanks for watching and following. We are out. See ya.